Hi everyone, it's Jen from Mr. and Mrs. Pose. And in this pose alignment segment, we're going to look at Cobra pose or Bhujangasana. We'll look at some benefits, some contraindications, as well as some tips and variations. Hi everyone. From a student point of view, we commonly hear two types of feedback about Cobra pose or Bhujangasana. The first is, I feel it in my lower back, and the second is, I feel it in the pubic bone or my genitals. These are commonly caused by the same thing, doing too much bending in the lower back and not enough in the upper back or the thoracic spine. This pose is designed to improve flexibility in the spine, strengthen the spine. It is a perfect counter to the forward position of our daily lives. It opens the throat and the shoulders. It opens the chest. It's good for asthma. It also massages the abdominal organs as we're lying on our stomach. In terms of our practice, it's a fantastic part of the gentle variation of Salute to the Sun, Surya Namaskar. It's also an all-important back bend, so it's a great option when perhaps stronger back bends aren't accessible to you. In terms of more esoteric benefits, in ancient texts, it actually is said to increase heat and destroy disease. It also tensions the vagus nerve that runs up the front of the body. This is also the conception vessel meridian, and this invokes the relaxation response. Now, if you're pregnant, it's best to avoid this pose. Similarly, if you have disc injury or spondylosis, this probably isn't the pose for you. Maybe try much more gentle back bend. If you have lower back injury, it's really important to go super carefully. You may wish to avoid the pose altogether or try some of the variations. Let's take a look. To get started with Cobra pose or Bhujangasana, bring the elbows forward, but we're going to start at the other end of the body, at the legs. So zipping up the legs, firming them together, dropping the tailbone to the heels, make a fist with the hands now, draw the elbows back, find those armpits. So this is the action with active abdominals. This is the action we want in our Cobra pose. This is a fantastic starting variation to help you understand the combinations of bandhas or activations through the body that you need to make this pose work. Variation 2, we plant the hands under the shoulders, elbows are nice and firmly into the body. We want this action with the hands. And then we firm the lower half of the body, activate the abdominals, then draw the sternum forward. Test yourself in this variation by hovering the hands. If you drop, that's the level you should be working at. And work here. For most bodies, it's better to keep the chin tucked and lengthen in the back of the neck. Throwing the head back can be really strong for some people and compromise vertebral arteries. Gently lower down. So what you will see, and I want to address this, I don't want you to particularly do this, but you will see stronger variations of this posture coming all the way up. This is generally not advisable for most bodies. It's certainly not wrong. You'll see it in Iyengar's book, for example, but it's generally not appropriate for most modern bodies. So it might be best to leave it out and try one of the other variations. But thank you for watching. Subscribe at Mr. and Mrs. Pose. Namaste.